What was I talking? Oh! Hey, Danny Loa. Danny Loa. You are a fan of The Last of Us, aren't you? And I believe you're a fan of The Last of Us Dos. That is the sequel, the upcoming sequel. You may want to cover your ears because I have seen the leaks. I have seen the leaks. Have you seen the leaks, Danny Loa? Because I have seen the leaks. And wow, I gotta be real with you, man. I gotta be real with you. I do not like The Last of Us. I do not like that game. It is literally riding off the back of that Walking Dead shit. I don't like Walking Dead. I don't like it. I don't like this zombie shit. I think it's played out. I think it's overrated garbage. I think it's overrated garbage. And I think The Last of Us is just as overrated garbage. And even though everybody fucking sucks its zombies dick, I don't like it. I do not like it. I played it on stream, I beat it, and flushed it after beating it. I dreaded the sequel. And I pretty much said I probably won't play the sequel. But you got kind of hype over it, and I started thinking, I need shit to play. I need shit to shit on. So I was going to play it. Those motherfucking leaks, dude. No. I'm out. I'm bowing out. If what that shit is showing, I won't be specific. But if what I saw, if that is, I know it's real because it's from the game. If that shit is true, it's true. I don't think I can do it, man. I can't do it. On the other hand, I love Days Gone. Fucking Days Gone. Those were the good days. The good days are gone. No, I fucking hated that game too. I flushed that game really fast. I beat The Last of Us and I hated it. I flushed Frames Gone. I flushed Frames Gone. I didn't even get halfway through the game, man. Yeah, it's real. It's real leaks for sure. But the problem is it's pretty brutally awful stuff is what I think. I don't like it. I don't like seeing it. I didn't like seeing it. I don't like what I was seeing. I was extremely unhappy. But here's another thing. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't even know if you guys even know what I'm about to be talking about. One of my favorite game series is Legacy of Kain. I'm sure I've talked to you guys about it before. I know Infected, Sploinkin, you guys are probably old fucking fogies like me. You guys remember that series. Because it's legendary. It's a legendary series. That shit is fucking amazing. No, you don't gotta mute me. This is just some backstory game development shit. Legacy of Kain, the story, the actual story and the lore and everything of those games came about because of a woman. She's a woman video game developer, Amy Hemingway or something like that, or Hemington or something like that. She developed Henning, thank you. She developed the entire series. She kind of got into the industry, but she didn't really mean to. She actually was like a I don't know, like a arts major, like literary arts major or something like that. She got into that stuff, right? Book writing. She was into book writing. She fucking real fanciful, feather pin, complete mess. You know, that kind of shit. She really was into that. But then she fell into video games. And when she was kind of peaking on her, studies and everything, she came up with the idea of Legacy of Kain, had some video game connections, made that shit happen. We all fucking fell in love. I didn't know this, but this game that you're seeing on screen way down there, Uncharted 4, Uncharted, the very first 3 games were made by her. She made those games. She got hired by Naughty Dog and came up with the idea of Uncharted. The girl behind Legacy of Kain, which is absolutely one of my most favorite series ever, came up with Uncharted, which is one of my most enjoyed series ever. I love Uncharted. It's not that I love it, but it's really fun. It's a great Brendan Fraser movie. It plays perfectly like that. The first 3 were brilliantly Brendan Fraser movies. Now, was that the girl who made a sex change? No, she's still a lady. don't distract me. You're distracting me. The story's not over. This girl who made these really cool things that I think are great. She worked with Naughty Dog to make the Uncharted shit. There's a problem though. There's this dude who's in charge of Naughty Dog, and he is like a producer kind of guy. He has a bunch of ideas that clashes with hers. And so Uncharted 4 that you're seeing down there, Uncharted 4 was going to be her thing. She wrote for the first 3 and they were really great. Problem is that she wasn't a head honcho type of person, and so all the credit of the Uncharted went to this one dude whose name totally escapes me. This one dude is a complete asshole who has no real idea what he's doing. He grabs random shit from the internet and shoves it into a pot and then just throws the product out there. Neil Druckmann. Yeah, so this guy doesn't have good ideas. He takes weird philosophical political shit, shoves it in the game, and shoves it out the door, and that's it. That's what he does. Because of Amy's work on the Uncharted stuff, a lot of his shitty-ass stuff didn't make the light of day. She was there to keep direction going. And Uncharted 4, she had done like 70% of the work. But she could not stop this guy from becoming more popular than her with the head honcho people that are running Naughty Dog. So that she was eventually getting undermined by this dude, and ultimately she left the company. She left the company. There was some kind of a debacle. She could never talk about it. She wrote or signed some kind of an agreement, a non-disparagement agreement or something like that. She's not allowed to talk about it legally. So, but she left. And when she left, this Neil guy came in and fucking took all the work that she had done and completely gutted it. They barely kept the story that she originally had. And it was going to be a lot like what we got, but played out totally differently, and it sounded a lot more interesting. Like, the brother was supposed to be the bad guy, and then, like, most of the way through the game, he would find out that there's a real bad guy, and you would gang up on him. That's largely what happens in 4, but it plays out totally differently in a very nonsensical way. And then they added all these weird elements to it that don't make any sense. I always liked Uncharted 4. I thought it was a fine game. It was a reasonable addition to the Uncharted series, but I always felt it was probably the weakest one out of all of them. Maybe 2, but honestly, it just felt like a weak entry. It just didn't have really cool stuff like the other ones had. The others had really cool stuff. 4 was really just like a straight A to B experience done. You know, nothing really cool, nothing all that rememberable. It was over, right? It was just done. That is because the person who really did the Uncharted left the company and left it to this fucking putz. Who completely gutted the whole thing. And so now, the reason of this whole story, this same guy who ousted the girl who did my favorite series and made Uncharted a really fun series of games, is now in charge of The Last of Us 2. He is the head honcho of that game. And now that these leaks have come out, oh my god. This guy has bad ideas, and he now has this game. So you gotta understand, from my perspective, I hate the premise of the first game. I barely got my way through it. And now I have to go through not just a sequel of it, but a sequel led by a guy who's totally out of his fucking mind. I'm not happy at all. I'm not happy. I honestly like having shit to shit on. But if it's too shitty, I can't play it. You know, case in fucking point, right? Like, I don't think I'm going to be playing this much more. I like it. I love the shit on it. But I can't do it. Look, there's even a toilet paper. Look, there's a toilet paper trophy down there. You see that? That is a piece of toilet paper that I used to end this game.